Number one, when we first started this 10 years ago, the deal was for 2 towers, not 1. And we all signed off on it, we meaning the city. Furthermore, when there became a problem several years ago, we graciously reasserted that the deal was for 2 towers in City Resolution 8-721. And we graciously agreed to give an extension. Now we're at a situation where the towers are not built. Furthermore, in the consideration 10 years ago, we waived 50% of the fees, a tune of about $500,000 according to the city report. As I see it, from a simple basis, we had a deal. They had a problem. We extended it. They didn't comply. The deal ends next year. They are in default of the agreement. I would say we have a reasonable claim for the $500,000 because they didn't build Tower 2. We gave them consideration to build 2 towers. We repeated it. That's number one. Number two, we also have a situation where what they're stating is that the economic conditions are not such to build this tower. The purpose of the redevelopment agency was not to deal with the economic conditions of the market. If that was the case, then we wouldn't call it a redevelopment agency, we'd just call it a bank. This tower will be built when and only when the economic conditions are present. Therefore, the role of the redevelopment agency at this point, as stated by the parties, is irrelevant at this point. One of the knocks on the redevelopment agency is that it is money that is used to subsidize buildings that would normally be built under a market condition. We have heard here today that these buildings will not be built because of the economic condition. Therefore, it is appropriate that we allow this agreement to terminate. We can decide and discuss amongst yourselves what to do about the default situation. My preference, of course, would be that they pay the $500,000. A deal is a deal. And I can understand we gave them a break. But now they have defaulted on the agreement. We don't have 2 towers. Furthermore, there is an additional item that you have to consider. In a few years, we're going to have a $2.5 billion project coming online, and we have to deal with a host of developers. If we do not hold them accountable for the deals that they make now in this market, how are we going to justify our basis for making a redevelopment under that plan? Last week, 7 days ago, all of you decided, with the exception of Mr. Leone, who was understandably absent, to put the new plan, the new base, under a redevelopment plan. And the financial basis is a very strict redevelopment plan. You cannot unwind and keep making special deals to the tune of $800,000, $500,000 loss, $300,000 loss, without undermining the very concept and credibility that we have a financial plan for the future. So there again, I would like to just briefly summarize. All right? We had a deal. They didn't make it. They may owe us money because of it. We don't have to lose money in the redevelopment plan. This concept of deficit thinking must end. I mean, the plans before you that were played, options 1, 2, and theirs, all cost us money. How about we make a plan where we make money so we can have money to invest elsewhere? Furthermore, we have better things to do with our money rather than put it in on something losing, as well as waiting, tying up our reserves or waiting for this plan to come forth in 4 years. And there's one last piece in this. We are committed to fair and beneficial development in this city to all concerned. We have already extended ourselves on this one deal, and the deal has been defaulted on. I can appreciate that the developer wants to be in a competitive position with the other developers by having this sitting here on its base. But in so doing, we violate the fair competition for the market in the future. And we do it by rewarding basically bad behavior. So I believe I support the questions and the tone that Mr. Shin was, Councilman Shin was going, in that let us let this expire. Let us deal with the default. Let us see if we have a prospect for gaining back that which was given and not complied with. And then, as times change, if the situation changes and it becomes a redevelopment function again, and we have one, let's do it. So thank you.